So from the courts today, the defense called Cody Metzker-Madsen's former teachers to the stand in his murder trial. He's the Logan, Iowa teenager accused of beating his 5-year-old foster brother with a brick and leaving him for dead in a ravine. Senior reporter Jake Wazakowski has details from Harrison County, Iowa.
Testimony revealed that Cody Metzker-Madsen bounced around Iowa from school to school and home to home. Many of his former teachers described him as an immature kid for his age, a daydreamer, isolated, but also aggressive and violent. Cody Metzker-Madsen is accused of bludgeoning 5-year-old Dominic Elkins. The now 18-year-old told investigators multiple stories of how Dominic hit himself with a brick, though blood was found on Metzker-Madsen's clothes. The defense has argued that Metzker-Madsen wasn't in his right mind and didn't realize what was happening during the alleged incident. Today, 4 former teachers from the Rabiner Treatment Center testified where he stayed in his early teens. The school helps foster kids control their anger and deal with issues. Those teachers testified that he would play by himself, had imaginary friends, talked to pencils, and thought his fantasy worlds were real.
Cody was quite immature for his age, did things that most kids his age, being 14 or 15, didn't do.
They said Metzker-Madsen also struggled with schoolwork and would space off frequently, staring for long periods of time. Every teacher recalled him becoming aggressive, impulsive, and violent if he didn't get his way or didn't want to do something. He'd kick, hit, bite, and spit on teachers and peers, not realizing what he was doing during the act.
It was almost like he didn't know that he had actually hurt you. And then that's when we would kind of sometimes get the crying again, because he'd feel bad that he actually did that to you.
Prosecutors continually had teachers point out that Metzker-Madsen wasn't violent during or after his staring episodes, but some were concerned about what would happen after he left the treatment center and hoped he'd get mental help.
I worried with what type of foster care he would go to, because even though I think he was, highly intelligent, he was very immature, and I worried about his interactions with younger kids.
Testimony will continue here in the morning. Then they will take a few days break and come back next week to bring on some expert witnesses as to talk about his mental health. Reporting from outside the Harrison County Courthouse in Logan, Iowa, Jake Wazakowski, KMTV Action 3 News.